Yo, what up?
What's going on?
What's going on? What the good brother doing today?
All right. How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling all right. Busy week, but it's part of the course, right? How about you?
Okay. Yeah, busy week. Um, Working on a few things. So,
Okay, that's what's up.
don't know if Vlad is gonna be on.
Let me ping him real quick.
And everybody just let us know where you're checking in from. And don't forget to ask your questions.
All right, so one of the things that I experienced last week, which was awesome, it was a solo show last week. Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to see any of the communication from the chat, so I'm curious to see if everything works out this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
we'll be
guys,
able
where
to
you
see.
where you from? Huh? What's that? You get anyone right now?
Stylish over 60 checking in from
The date.
Detroit. I'm not gonna say what he said. The
Pause.
show
Pause.
that came in.
I said the same thing. What's up, Unc? How you doing? Good to see you.
Um, so yeah, guys, ask your stylist questions if you have them. Um, and if not, listen. Well, if you got other questions about other things, then by all means ask those as well. Don't forget that you can join the Menswear Mastermind by going to patreon.com/Menswear Mastermind. It's $47 a month plus uh, three unique perspectives, but all with the same goal of helping you present yourself better. And we don't just talk about style, we talk about masculinity, marriage, manhood, all those great things. Um, and if you join for the year, you save 2 months essentially. So there's that as well. So you can always join there.
What's the weather like, man? Been a pretty nice couple of days here in the DMV. What about in the A?
It's been pleasant, 70 plus with the breeze. So we're not complaining. We're not
Got it.
complaining at all.
Well, it's Easter
Uh,
weekend. So, what are some things that you would suggest as an outfit? Some of those who celebrate the holiday, I think it's a good opportunity for us to kind of chat through. If there's no questions at the moment, what are some good suggestions for Easter? Whether regardless of age, are you from your early 20s, let's say, to guys with bald head and gray beards like me? What you think?
uh, I actually do have a question. I'll get to that one in a second. Um, we got a few questions. So, Easter, I would always say just play on complementing colors, unless you have such a diverse and varied wardrobe that you're not worried about having some fun or some color. Because a lot of guys are gonna think like, oh, it's Easter egg, pastel colors, what have you. And you can do that, but I wouldn't make an investment on that if you don't have a strong foundation or wardrobe. So it's a great time to get accent pieces, a great pastel tie, a pastel shirt that you can dress up, dress down. When you start thinking about sport coats or blazers, that can get a little iffy because a lot of guys, for whatever reason, will hesitate to put on that color more frequently. If
Hmm.
they run it out on a Friday night, um, and it's a mauve or a sage or a canary yellow or any of those different types of things, they're hesitant to throw that on Saturday night even if they're going to a different space. So I don't know what the psychological thought process is there, but that's what I would recommend just to make it easy on yourself and to make an investment in something that is going to um, be a benefit to you in the long term, not just for Easter Sunday. We got
What about a
Vlad.
fabric choice? Fabric choice?
Um,
Let me cut
I
you.
mean, listen, right now it's such a. I would tell you to get a four season fabric. It's such a pleasant time during the spring that you really can't go wrong with to go wrong with it. What are your thoughts, Vlad? What's going on, man? Welcome. We're just having a quick conversation about Easter attire, and then I think I got about four questions. So, guys, we're going to get to your question in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a day to wear your best, if you will. You know, I mean, for us who dress up all the time, it's just another day as far as the dress code is concerned. But for most guys who don't really get a chance to wear a suit, it's just a time to pull out their best fit. I don't feel like it has to be any particular color. Um, just bring your best out, man. Whatever that is. You know.
You know, Easter. I always reflect back being a kid. The seersucker um, options. The pastel colors. Um, obviously we're grown, so we won't be wearing a short suit. But back in the day, it was always great to see the colors and seeing the men come in really being intentional to your point, Vlad, of wearing their best and really thinking about what that's going to look like, and even complimenting their significant other in a way that they coincide. May not match exactly, but I'm one to not mind to see that color contrast between the two, you know, and it could really um, lead to a great conversation. Post Easter night. You know what I mean? And everything like that. So being thoughtful about it, I think, is important.
Um, Great points. I have a question from A Harris 006. What's going on, fam? MTM shoes, are they worth the investment of time and money? Any recommendations on brands? Glad I'm gonna give you that one.
What's the shoe he said?
Just MTM shoes in general, made to measure shoes or made to order shoes. Are they worth the
Are they worth
investment?
it?
And then the money, and then recommendations on some brands. Okay, Glad said you have to pay for that one. I guess I was.
I don't know what just happened. I tried to stream it to YouTube and then I got kicked out. Give me one second. Yeah, I would say it's worth it if you you have trouble finding exactly what you want um, in their ready to wear collection. Sometimes you have to go custom simply because what you want they don't really have. They might have the style, but they don't have the leather that you might have. So in that sense, I would say it's worth it. Doesn't really help as far as fit because if the ready to wear don't fit you, the custom is not going to fit you either. Um, as far as some brand that I would recommend, definitely TLB Mallorca. Um, the reason why I recommend them is because their custom program is not that much more than they're ready to wear, and also their turnaround is something like 2 to 3 weeks. Versus a brand like Enzo Bonafe, like we put in a group made to order in the first week of December, and we probably won't get the shoes till May. So, and which is pretty normal actually, for most custom shoes to take 3 to 4 months or more. Um, that's not to say that their program is bad. It's just that it takes a while, and that's what you come to expect. But if you want to get them in a reasonable time, I would definitely say CRB Mallorca for sure.
We gonna let you. Yeah, we second that. Sure.
For real, like yeah.
That's a
That
shoe
part,
guy.
that part.
Yeah.
All right. So Stylish over 60 asks, spring is here and summer is just around the corner. Do you gentlemen recommend denim as a warm fabric for wearing? Um, for me, I'm not really a big denim guy, so I don't know about recommended when you're saying warm fabric. I would say that if you're gonna wear denim, think of paper denim, so very lightweight denim. Um, if you're gonna wear it, it's kind of just dealer's choice, and especially now with a lot of denim makers, they're not doing full denim. So you got something that's extremely light, a lightweight linen denim or um, a linen jean um, as well. So it's kind of dealer's choice at that.
By then,
Oh,
I'm
warm. Okay, I'm
assuming.
sorry. And I apologize, but he says spring is here, summer is here, just around the corner. Do you gentlemen recommend denim as a warm weather fabric for wearing?
I'm assuming Frankie's talking about like a shirt.
Shirt. Let's say shirt and pant. If you want to wear jeans, if you want to wear a shirt, if you want to wear a shirt, I'm always a chambray guy. If you're thinking denim, but
Yeah. I mean, as far as jeans, I wear a lot of denim in the summer, but I wear raw denim, so they come by weight. So you definitely want to mind the weight for the summer, like 8 ounce, probably 10 ounce max, is what I would be looking at if you're going to be wearing it in the summer.
Yeah, the guys hit on both points that I was going to make. You know, a lighter weight denim, white jean is always cool for the summer as well. And then the chambray. So even a chambray shirt with a pair of white jeans, or either the reverse, you know, a really nice white crisp shirt and some raw jeans, some raw denim will look great as well. But weight is definitely going to play into it, and obviously geographically where you live, because some places it's not so hot in the summer, you know what I mean? So it just depends on, we always want to think geography. But you know, for sure you don't want to go in there with 10-12 ounce, uh anything over 10, you know, as far as like the ounce weight for some denim in the summer, you're going to be cooking. So you want to not what do you say, you know, push yourself in a corner where you're really working to look great and smell good, but then you're all hot and sticky because your denim is too heavy, and you're gonna be uncomfortable and kind of be moving kind of awkward because you're like, man, I'm trying to straighten myself out, you know what I mean? Because you're just way too hot. So just keep that in mind.
yes, great there. A Harris 06 asked, "Is Easter too early for seersucker, or should I just wait for the Kentucky Derby?" And with that, it's a mind game. Asked or said he needs some ideas for Derby, so we'll kind of commingle those questions. What do you guys think?
Seersucker's game time for me. I'd rock it Sunday for sure, no question. You know, especially as the weather is now. I mean, obviously, again, it depends on where he's at, where he's living, but seersucker all day. Pastels for Derby. I'll that's when I'll pull out a pair of shorts on a Derby day as well. Some Madras, uh, mix it up. You know, have some fun with it.
Yeah, I mean it's officially spring, man. I mean it doesn't feel like that in New York. It was in the 30s today at some point.
Damn.
So it goes up and down. But yeah, it's if the weather permits where you are, it's definitely go time.
Southern is a little bit different in the South. I'll probably tell you to wait for Kentucky Derby. Um, because people, I think people misconstrue like spring. Technically, spring is supposed to be a medium weather stream of like anywhere between 50 and 80 degrees, right? So really, you're gonna land somewhere around 75. Seersucker is is really for warm climates. I had a client who wore it for an event this past Saturday, and I think it was like 80 here. So it passed, and it was a navy blue seersucker, so it looked like a navy blue suit. But I personally would tell you to save it till Derby, because that's when we're gonna officially be moving further into spring, closer to summer. The temperature is probably going to be about 82 to 86. We'll be moving into much warmer weather. For the Easter, funny enough, I'm probably going to differ from a lot of people, because a lot of people will say like, yeah, throw on seersucker for Easter parades. I'm sure the tutorialist is taking numerous pictures of Easter Sunday parade in New York. Folks got on seersucker, and it's 50 degrees outside, so that's a little bit more of a festive reasoning. But I'm a fan of like a pinwheel cord, especially if you can do it in like silk or silk cotton. I had a pink seersucker or pink cord, pinwheel cord suit from Ralph Lauren, Blue Label, some time back, and that would be my Easter saunter suit, as our man Terry Corbin would say. So you could throw that on. You could throw on a high blue worsted wool suit. You could throw on a gray, similar to but a high gray, like a slate gray, and then some fun colors. But the derby is for you to kind of throw on your best fit and to be dandy with it. So we're gonna do pattern on pattern on pattern. Uh, I think one guy's going to end up doing a pink on with a red check overlay that we have with this extra novel shirt that's pink, orange, green, like tropical type of look. He's gonna throw that on with some white trousers and some loafers and do the damn thing. So Derby is a little bit different. Derby, you can have some fun, and you can be outlandish for outlandish sake. So that's my thought there.
So what about footwear? What would you suggest, guys, for Derby?
That actually is going to be the next question. So Stylish over 60 to be our last question. Ask, can loafers be wearing formal attire, i.e. suit and tie? So it's a great um, aspect for that conversation. If you want to start, Style Jumper or Vlad, either one there.
Go for it, Vlad.
I'd say check out my last video, man. A video came out last week, and that's the topic of the video. If you can wear a suit with loafers. So shameless plug, man. Check out the video. But short answer, yes, you can.
I'll do it in a heartbeat. You know me. I would definitely do it. So I'm a super fan of loafers.
Yeah, I would say I think we're all in agreement on that. That loafers context always matters. In that if I'm throwing on loafers with a formal suit, like we're talking about like black tie optional, we're talking about business formal, then I would take a thought. I would be mindful of the different shoes that I'm going to choose, because a lot of guys don't think about the types of loafers that you can have, whether it's tassel, penny. You can have a plain loafer. You can have uh, different uh, finishings at the toe box. The vamp can be different. So all those different types of things for live men, not for freshmen. You want to think about if you're just kind of getting into the space. Just think the less elaborate, the more elegant usually. So, and yeah, so I think we're all agreement there. Our man Frank asked if we posted the invite for Menswear Mastermind tonight. So
Yeah, the email went out this morning.
So with that being said, guys, we're about to hop off because it's 8:26. But if you would like to join the conversation around menswear, masculinity, manhood, marriage, all those great things, then please make sure that you join Menswear Mastermind. You can go to patreon.com/Menswear Mastermind. And we have these conversations every Wednesday evening. We have to shoot around first at 8 to 8:30, and then or 8:26, 27. It keeps on getting later. And then we have our conversation in deeper dives at 8:30, from 8:30 to usually around 10. So if you're interested in joining, again, $47 a month, you can go to patreon.com/Menswear Mastermind. Join. If you want to pay for the year, you'll get 2 months for free. So outside of that, we got to be out of here. But we will see you guys next week. They will see you next week. I will not be on here next week, but they will see you next week, and we'll have this still set up. All right. So we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.